Welcome to Small Business Saturday.
Welcome to Small Business Saturdays video series with your host and my husband.
And my dad, Aaron Montgomery.
Join the conversation.
Let's talk some business.
All right. Well, welcome into Small Business Saturdays, everybody. My name is Aaron Montgomery, which you can see right down there. And I am with oursuccessgroup.com. So hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. My Saturday's been great. We got to take our son up to volleyball practice, and he had a blast. It's so great. It's so much fun. He's 9, a bunch of other 8, 9, and 10-year-olds running around having a blast. And it was just good to see everybody having fun. You're going to see me occasionally pop over and look over here. And yes, Martha, head over to YouTube at Live OSG. So I'm trying something new on the Instagram page, which you can find over at Instagram/OurSuccessGroup, where you can find us over there. Anyhow, like I said, I'm trying something a little new, doing a little live in the background over here at the same time, juggling a little bit. But hey, you always got to be trying something new. Hey, Leanne, thank you for joining us. And Todd, hello, sir. Feels like we've been talking all morning. Oh, wait, we have, so that's good. All right. So today we're going to talk about what it is that we want and getting clear on what we want. So this is the second week in our Success Principles series. But before we dive into what we want, and like I said, I'm going to make a move over here so Instagram can follow along. And there we go. So following along, you guys still hear me? All right. So we're like I said, we're gonna make a move here into getting to what we want. But before we do that, let's go back and talk about last week. So first and foremost, if you were here last week, let us know. Put a 5 in the comments over there and let us know that you were here last week, or you at least checked out last week's program about the life purpose exercise. So we'll start there. And I'd love for you guys to share some of the worksheet that you did. So here's the worksheet. I filled it in myself, and there you go. Instagram, you can see it too. But so I'm going to go through mine real quick. And so number 1, the first thing we wanted to do was list 2 of your unique personal qualities. And I put down significance and problem solver. Significance meaning I want to make an impact. I want to be supportive of people. And problem solver being I'm the type of guy that I want to get to the details. I want to sweat the small stuff. I want to look at the logistics of it. Put the spreadsheet together, be the data hipster, stuff like that. So those are 2 of my personal unique qualities that I believe. The second one was list 1 or 2 ways you enjoy expressing those qualities when interacting with others. And I put empowering business owners. I truly love working with business owners, small business people, because I love that go-getter attitude that, even when things aren't going well, even when we don't really know what we're doing, the fact that we took the leap to be a business owner is a huge step. We could have just played it safe and worked for somebody else, but we wanted that freedom. We wanted that ability to control our own destiny. And so I love empowering business owners. I love seeing that light bulb go off for them as they go, you know what, I can do this. And that's pretty cool. And then the other thing that I love for expressing is connecting people. I really enjoy going, oh yeah, I know so-and-so, and they could probably help you with that, and bringing those 2 people together. And I really enjoy that experience too. So those are the 2 things for me. Number 3 on this life purpose exercise was assume the world is perfect right now. What does the world look like? How is everyone interacting with everyone else? What does it feel like? Write your answer as a statement in the present tense, describing the ultimate conditions, the perfect world as you see it and feel it. And so I wrote, everyone is striving towards their idea of success and are not worried about what other people feel should be success. They're putting in the work and lifting each other up. And then I just realized I need to change that. We are putting in the work and we are lifting each other up. So we want to state it in the present tense. All right. And then 4 is I want to combine the 3 prior things together into a single statement. And that basically becomes our why statement. So for me, and this is what it is for our success group, and Todd's right there with me. So it works out really nicely. But to provide resources that empower business owners to achieve their idea of success. So that's what we did last week. If anybody has their worksheet from last week and you want to start sharing some of those things, please do. I'd love to talk about them, and we'll go from there. But while we're doing that, while you guys are looking to do that, let's get into this week. So this week, what we're talking about here is, in fact, let me start with a quote. Actor and author Ben Stein, you probably know him from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The Bueller, that guy. Yeah. So he said, the indispensable first step to getting the things you want out of life is the decide what you want. So in this second week, we're going to talk about making a list of what you want from your life, your income, your relationships, your health, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And interestingly enough, and this was big for me, once I finally took the time to do this, that simply deciding what you want is probably the step that we forget. We get out there and we start a business and we do all this stuff, but we're just going through the motions. Again, why did we start this business? What do we ultimately want out of it? So we're going to talk about that today. And so to do that, we're going to, as we've done in the past, we're going to get a screen shared here, and we will get this going. Where is that? Is the right one? We're going to share the audio, and boom. And I will get out of the way, and here we go.
This is our second module playing together here, and I hope you made sure you clarified your life purpose and you actually recorded it and you wrote it down somewhere and you told someone about it and that you reviewed it every day. So if you didn't, keep doing that. Now we're going to focus on deciding exactly what you want. You can't get what you want if you don't know what you want. And unfortunately, the problem is many of us are so programmed by the things that happened to us in childhood, who we grew up with, the neighborhood we grew up in, the amount of money our parents made, the beliefs they had, the beliefs that were transferred to you when your mind was totally open, and basically took in all of that programming. And so you may not even realize you've been programmed by your parents, by your teachers, by the media, by your culture. All these things went in and became beliefs. And we're going to focus on shifting your beliefs in a later module. But for today, what I really want you to do is to just choose to believe that you can have anything you want. General Wesley Clark, who was head of the NATO forces in Europe, once said, it doesn't take any more effort to dream a big dream than it does to dream a small one. And so today, I want you to dream big. I want you to decide exactly what you want. What do you want to be doing with your time? Where do you want to visit? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? See, we have three areas of our life: what we want to do, what we want to be, and what we want to have. And the truth is, you can do anything. We actually have research now that shows that people that say, I can't sing on key, can be taught to sing on key. People that are not rhythmic or good dancers can be taught. There's nothing you can't learn to do if you believe it. And so who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And what do you want to have? Your ideal dream house, your Martin guitar, your Doc Martin gold shoes. I actually met a guy who had gold Doc Martin shoes, a really cool guy. Hey, maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to start a rock band and have a garage band at night. Whatever it is you want to quit your job and go back to school, get your master's degree in business or a law degree, be the top salesperson, whatever it is. I want you to think with no limits this week about what you'd really like to do, be, and have. We now know that not only are you programmed by the people and the media that you take in and all of that, but you also make decisions yourself when you have an event where you failed, where you got rejected. And you say, well, that'll never happen again. And so you decided it's not safe to talk. It's not safe to give a speech. It's not safe to be sexy. It's not safe to ask for what you want. It's not safe to, speak your feelings, whatever it is. And so by the end of this course, we want all of those things to be lifted so you can live a totally fulfilling, joyful, broad spectrum life and do and be and have everything you've ever wanted. So it's totally possible. Now, a lot of you are sitting there thinking, you're crazy, Canfield. And I'm not. I grew up in Wheeling, West Virginia, which was the 48th worst education system in America at the time. I had a father who made $8,000 a year. My mother was an alcoholic. My father was somewhat abusive. My mother divorced him when I was 6, married my stepfather, who was a workaholic and drank a lot. So I know what it's like not to be living at the top end of the spectrum. However, as a result of learning these principles and applying them, I now live in a 6,000 square foot house. I get to travel the world. I make millions of dollars a year. And when I was 15 or 16, you couldn't have convinced me that was possible. So I'm going to say to you right now, I don't care wherever you are, you can have, do, or be anything you want. But first we have to decide what that is. And so what I want you to do as an assignment this week is I want you to fill out on your PDF form, which you can download right now, 30 things, minimum 30, you can do more, 30 things that you want to do, be, and have. You know, I want to travel to Rome and meet the Pope. I want to be the top earner in our sales team. I want to start my own business. I want to make $1 million. I want to act in a play. I want to take an improvisational theater class, whatever it might be. What do you want to do? And then what do you want to have? What are the possessions you've always wanted to have? The kind of car, the kind of house, the kind of furniture, the kind of art, the kind of clothes, the kind of technology equipment, you know, whatever it is, what do you want to have? And then finally, what do you want to be? You know, I want to be president of my graduate school class. I want to be happy. I want to be pain-free. I want to be someone who is not afraid to go up and talk to people. I want to be anxiety-free. I want to be outgoing, whatever it is. So have, do, and be 30 things minimum, 10 things in each category. And if you want to do more, I encourage you to do more because you can have all of those things. And once you've written that list, I want you to read that list every single day and just keep saying to yourself, I can have this. This is possible for me. And share that list with someone important to you. I remember it was the coach of the Notre Dame football team, Lou Holtz, wrote a list of 101 goals that he wanted to achieve in his life. And he posted it on the bulletin board of the locker room at Notre Dame. And when about 10 years later, all these students kept calling him up and saying, hey, Lou, you said on your list you wanted to go down a Snake River on a river raft. I now am a river raft captain, and I can take you on a river raft tour. I'm a tour guide. Or you said you wanted to go underwater in a submarine, and I am now the captain of a submarine in the U.S. Navy, and I would love to have you come if you can make it to San Diego on this date. You know, you said you wanted to meet the president. I'm now working at the White House. I can set up a lunch for you. By posting your wants and your goals, which we'll get to in one of our next modules, you can literally let people know what you want, and you'll find that people will actually want to help you get there. All right. So make sure you make your list, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. All right. So there we go. Love learning from Mr. Canfield. It's definitely a pleasure. And I've watched that several times and really enjoyed it. In fact, the Lou Holtz story is one that I love hearing. If you've ever heard the whole story, the thing I love about it is people asked him why his list was 101. Why wasn't it just 100, or why wasn't it 110 or whatever? What was the magic of 101? And he said that when he lost his job, he actually was sitting at home and wrote out a list of 100 things that he wanted to do, this list that Mr. Canfield mentioned. And, you know, when his wife got home from work that day, he shared it with her, and she was like, well, that's great, Lou. It's, you know, wonderful that you want all those things. Why don't you make it 101? And the 101 thing should be get a job. So, and then he went on to get the Notre Dame football job from there. So, pretty powerful stuff, though, if you think about this. So what do you guys think? Where are we at? Let's get that lesson plan, that list here. And let me put it in the comments. And for everybody tuning in here. All right. So I posted in the comments there. You can check it out, but we'll get it on screen as well here. And we'll just go through that real quick, and then we'll talk about this some more. So let's start there. Boom. There it is. Okay. So we've got it on on list here. I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit more so we can see it. Okay. So one more click. All right. So here's the exercise, and following along again. Hopefully you guys did last week's exercise, the life purpose exercise, this particular one here. I'd love for you to share it. I'd love to get your feedback on it. I'd love to see what you came up with and be a part of that. But here's what we're going to do this week is we're going to make an I want list, make a 20 things I love to do list, and then we're going to read them every day and we're going to share them. So you guys can read through all that in the PDF yourself, but we're going to do 30 things you want to do. And 30 things you want to have, and 30 things you want before you die, and 20 things I love to do. So when we get to this love to do part, that ties everything back to your why, because when you figure out what you love to do, you'll find that what you want to do coincides with that, and then you can really focus on those things. So as he mentioned here, Tiger Woods loves to play golf. Ellen DeGeneres loves to make people laugh. So get that list together and make that list below, and there you go. So that's the worksheet. That's the tool that we want to go through here. But let's talk a little bit about how this works. So if you guys tuning in live here, let me know what questions you have. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and let me know what you want. Let's get into what we want. Now, let's take this real quickly and look at it from a business standpoint, though. So if we understood what our why was, and then we take this and we talk about it from our business standpoint, like I said, we get started with our business, but we never ultimately know what we want. So we want to start a business and we want to make an income, but do we know how much income we want to make and over what period of time? I mean, is this something you're going to do for the rest of your life until you die? And then what happens when you die? Do you want your kids to take it over? Getting into those things and deciding what you want is so hugely important. And the cool part about this exercise is it can be anything. It doesn't matter. I think the hardest part of this is you start going with a situation where, well, if I want all these things, am I being greedy? I shouldn't want these. I should just pick anything and everything that you ever wanted or desired, because when you do that, then you can then take and prioritize and figure out what's important. Because, for example, I challenge you to do the Lou Holtz exercise where you go and you write down 101 things that you want. And you may go, oh, no problem, I'll just start writing. Well, guess what? After you get past, the first 20, 30, maybe you got a lot of things that you want and you're really kind of feeling good, 50 of those things, you get past all of the material things real quick. And you start realizing that there's got to be more to it than just making a bunch of money or other things like that. So, in fact, let's see here. I'll put this up so you guys can see it in a second. But I still have got 3 more. I'm still 3 short of 101. I'm stuck at 98 right now. I think so. Let me get. Yep. Stuck at 98. Okay. So let me put this up. This is on my own personal website over here. And we'll share that screen. And there you go. So if you go to aaronmontgomery.info/101 goals, you'll see a list. And I'll try to zoom in on this a little bit more too, so you can see that a little bit better. Okay. So, I'm all over the board. This is for me personal, but I've got other things in here too that, from business to travel to, this is going to be tough. 10's going to be tough. Go on a honeymoon before we had big plans. It looks like it's going to end up being March of next year. And we've only been married for 10 years. So why rush into a honeymoon, right? So anyways, all these things, but here's the cool part about it. Like I said, you can dream and live, and there's no right or wrong, because at the end of the day, if you get one of these things on your list that you want, you've succeeded. If you get 25 of these things, you've succeeded. You've done more than somebody that just steps into their life, into their business, into whatever, and is on autopilot, waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do. And again, this is the same for your business. So I've got lots of different business things in here, and you want to post these, you want to read them, you want to share with important people. You guys are important, so I'm sharing with you. You know, who knows? Maybe somebody can help me learn Spanish, or I've said I want to mentor 2 people a year, and I'm achieving that goal through what we're doing with our success group and the mastermind program. Want to run a marathon. I want to meet the Dalai Lama. It seems like a very interesting guy to me, and I'm going to become a Canfield Success Principles trainer, which is going to help me in my business and stuff like that. So what are your guys' wants? Start putting them out there. I want to hear what you want out of your life, out of your business, out of your spirituality, whatever it is. I got into some of my bucket list things. So you can go all over the board here and look at these things and go from there. So again, coming soon. I still got 3 I need to put on the list. But the great part was I've talked about this list before, and I think I was in the probably in the low 90s when we were talking about this stuff. And number 95 was clearly from a conversation I was having with Todd, and going from there. So anyhow, we're so that's my list, but let me show you something else too. So I've taken this, and because I am a data hipster, I have, of course, had to put it into a spreadsheet as well, because I wanted to categorize these things a little bit more and be able to look at them. So let me share that screen real quick. And there we go. Share, boom. Okay. So again, zooming in a little bit more. All right. So I've got all these things, but then when he talked about the do, be, or have, because now I can take this information, I can categorize it, and then I can start kind of putting some things together on it and marking when I want these things to happen, that kind of thing. So you're looking at all that. So anyhow, this is the basic concept. So what questions do you guys have about the concept? What questions do you guys have about what this is all about? Again, when I first sat down and started thinking about this, I thought to myself, oh my God, I feel like I'm arrogant. I feel like I'm, wanting too much. But at the end of the day, I realized that if I don't figure out what I want, I'm not going to know how to strive to get there. So I want to make sure that I know what I want. And then I have to realize that I need to be happy with getting what I get, and understanding that even if I don't get to all these things, at least I knew they were out there and I had something to reach for. And therefore, it allowed me to then be living my best life, which in turn will help other people live their best life. Because as you look through this, as I really was digging deep, I found that a lot of the things that I wanted to do was going back to my significance from the life purpose. I want to be able to support autism awareness. I'm just looking at some of the other things on the list. I want to support my kids in what their dreams are. I want to be able to write a book that I can share with the world and help spread my information and knowledge, and hopefully that will help other people. So, all right. So that's the program. That is the exercise for this week. Again, trying to keep these into 30 minutes so you can take the next 30 minutes if you were normally expecting to be here for an hour and just work on this stuff personally. But again, love to hear, share, post it in the comments, whatever. I want to see these things. Take a picture of it, post it, share it with us. Do the other worksheet, post it, share it. get it out there. Okay. So that's the other important part about all these success principles is don't be afraid to share. It's not bragging. It's not doing too much. You are actually growing yourself, which is in turn is going to help grow the rest of the people around you. All right. All right. Any questions? Anything else that I missed before we call it a day here? You guys were a little quiet today, so just a little nervous that we didn't get connected. But let me know what your thoughts are. If you need to reach out, you can find me right up here at oursuccessgroup.com, or like I said, comments, questions, any of that stuff, and we'll go from there. One quick plug for you, and then I'll get out of your hair here. oursuccessgroup.com/ST, Success Tracker. This program to me is something that I'm so passionate about, because I really do feel like a lot of us don't reach the things, we don't do the things that we want to do because we don't have a framework that we can live within to get things done. So I want you guys to think about something that you want to have happen in about 12 months. Doesn't have to be that long, can maybe be a little longer, whatever works for you. But something, I want you to look at 12 months because I want you to actually think of something big. All right. Because then what you're going to do is you're going to go to oursuccessgroup.com/success tracker, and you're going to participate in this program, and you're going to get support. You're going to get the reminders. You're going to get the prodding. You're going to get celebration when you reach a milestone. You're going to get the support of a community. All very worthwhile. But what you also get is then a strategy that you can use, and you can take this same strategy that we talk about in the success tracker, and you'll get a form and a sheet with bullet points of this is exactly what to do. Do this, do this, do this, do this. And once you have that strategy, you can use that to, like, if I want to get something done that's really important for me this week, I can use that same strategy. I don't have to just work on one thing at a time. So the success tracker principle works across the board, but by getting involved in the success tracker program, you get to see the bigger picture. You get to see what happens when you have encouragement and help and somebody else saying, hey, how you doing? Checking in, check that kind of thing. So that's my pitch for Success Tracker. If you guys have questions about Success Tracker, please let me know. We'll go from there. It's a program that is really near and dear to my heart, and I'd love to see more people sign up. It would really mean a lot to me to get to where we want to go with that. So our goal is to have 300 people in that program by the end of the year. All right, everybody. That's all I've got for you. So unless you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, things you want to talk about, then we'll call it a day. Let me real quickly check out what we're going to talk about next week. Shoot, just had it and I lost it. So give me a second to look that up real quick. And oh, shoot. Of course, it's not going to come in easily here. All right. Well, now this is just bad air. So hit the wrong thing. Of course, I hit the wrong button. Okay. All right. Well, it's a mystery right now. So pretty soon we will get it figured out. I don't know why the heck this won't show up, and it's just completely left me. You guys have any? Okay. All right. Darn it. Now I feel terrible. Week 3, clarify your ideal life. Okay. All right, cool. So we understood what we're shooting for, what our goals are, or what we're trying to have, what we want out of life. Now let's clarify that vision. Let's get real clear on okay, if I want to be here, how do I get real clear on how I get to there? I don't have to know all the steps. I just have to know the next step. So that's what we're going to talk about next week, clarifying your ideal life. All right. So back here again at 12:30 and 12:30 Central Time. Sorry, I always used Central Time because that's where I'm at. 12:30 Central Time. And we will talk about clarifying your life. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.